what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe down below, leave a thumbs up, and you can follow me on Twitter at SuperHiveDC. The link is in the description, as well as a link to my merch. I just uploaded some new designs, so make sure you go and check that out. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting my channel. I appreciate it so much. And thanks to you, I was able to order some new equipment today for recording videos. And so that is all thanks to my followers, my subscribers, and I appreciate everyone so much. And, you know, for the joining me on the live streams recently, and, you know, all of that support as well through super chats or just joining the stream. It means a lot. So thank you so much. So there has been a lot going on with the Ray Fisher Warner Brothers Justice League investigation situation. I talked about that on my last live stream. If you missed that, it is on my channel. You can go and check that out. The 4 nerds were able to join me for that conversation. And of course, we know that unfortunately, Ray Fisher is being removed from the Flash movie, so we won't be seeing him as Cyborg in that movie. We don't know yet if they are just completely removing his character from the movie, or if they're just going to recast and put someone else as Cyborg. We don't know. But now, in addition to that lengthy statement that Ray Fisher shared on social media, and he, you know, reiterated, he brought up that he would gladly take a polygraph test to, you know, prove that he's been telling the truth about all of these claims, and that Walter Hamada is an enabler and all of that stuff. And then also in a Instagram live, which happened last night during the 4 nerds stream that I joined after our stream together on my channel with Dave the Film Junkie as well, they broadcast the live stream that Ray was doing while we were streaming. So we were like watching it in real time. He brought that up again, that he would gladly do a polygraph test anytime, any day of the week, but that Walter Hamada would not most likely do that. Not saying that Walter Hamada said he wouldn't, but, you know, saying that he wouldn't, Walter probably wouldn't. Again, the investigation is, and he made this clear again last night on his live stream on Instagram, that the investigation is into things that happened during the reshoots of Justice League in 2017. Walter Hamada did not become part of this situation until May of 2020, when he, you know, during a phone call with Ray Fisher, tried to, you know, cover for Jeff Johns instead of handling the situation. That's when he became a part of this. So anyway, now, just a little while ago, the first clip of any discussions or conversations, that Ray has never shared a clip or a recording of any conversation. I'm guessing he probably has some, but that he cannot, you know, he hasn't been able to share them, part of an investigation. I'm guessing he probably has some recordings, legal recordings of conversations, but this is the first one we've ever heard, and it's with, you know, people who are part of the investigation. Ray said that it is a clip from his final conversation with Warner Media's independent investigator on December 11th, 2020. So just over a month ago, this was his final conversation with that independent investigator. He said, hopefully it lends itself to the truth of the investigation and to the credibility of my current claims against Walter Hamada's dangerous behavior. So it's almost a minute. The clip's just under a minute. Let's take a listen to that clip really quickly.
This is a very time-consuming process, and I know this has not been an easy one by any means. And if ever there were any points in time where I seemed defensive or you know, please.
Ray, you've been a gentleman. You've been a gentleman, and I'll say you've been a man of your word. And that is what we have reported to the company, which is that you told us you would give us names. You gave us names. You told us you would meet with us on a particular day at a particular time. You never tried to reschedule it. You met us. You even gave us information after that. You've been a man of your word. You are someone that we have found extremely credible. And the fact that you risked so much is part of what lends itself to your credibility. But just also, you know, the facts speak for themselves.
All right, so it's very easy. It's very clear. You can hear everything that's being said. Ray is kind of, saying that if at any time he seemed defensive or, just showing his understanding for the whole process of the investigation and that it's, it's lengthy and all of that. But the investigator says, there's no need she's basically saying you don't need to apologize for anything. You've been, she's complimenting his character and his cooperation throughout the investigation. She is, confirming that he gave them all the kind of information that he said he would, names, that he met them every time, date and place that he said he would. He gave them information even beyond those dates and times of meeting them. And that at a point she says, we told the company that. And I'm guessing she might be referring to Warner Media or Warner Brothers. She doesn't say that, but she says the company. So I'm guessing that's who she's referring to. And that she says that he's been a man of his word, and that the actions and the behavior speak for themselves. The facts speak for themselves. And so I think it is a very strong, and it's just under a minute. That's not the whole conversation, of course, but, well, I don't think it was. It says it's a clip from the conversation. So I'm wondering if this is, the beginning of recordings that he might be sharing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think, obviously he's not going to illegally share something or, a recording that he, recording conversations and stuff like that. It's kind of iffy depending on like where you are and, stuff like that. But I do think it's a very strong, supportive clip to show just how, the investigator viewed Ray Fisher and his claims. And she said that he's been very credible, that they have viewed him as being very credible in what he is and what he has been claiming and accusing people of. And, the things he's accusing people of are not minor things. And so, investigators, they obviously don't know what takes place, but they do have a good sense of when, a witness or someone who's making accusations is credible or not. And based on, they also continue to make those claims based on what people provide for them. If they say, I can give you names, I can give you, this, that, and the other, and they provide those things, then it makes them more credible. And, like she said, being cooperative, meeting with them every time he said he would, and just, being a man of his word. And she said the facts speak for themselves. And so it seems like, for all the people who want to say he doesn't have proof of anything and it's just, drama or whatever, obviously he had to provide information to the investigators and whoever, lent themselves to the investigation and was questioned. All of that has to piece and fit together. It has to create this picture that makes sense altogether. And so, he can't tell us or show us everything that he gave to investigators. That's not how investigations work. Just because you come out and, you're saying publicly that this happened, that doesn't mean that you can just put all of this out there publicly if there's an investigation going on. Just like investigators, they can't do that. They can't put all this information out there publicly. It's an ongoing investigation. They can't, yes, they've finished their investigation, meaning they've gathered the information that they need, but there's still a process beyond that that has to take place. And obviously, this information led to Joss Whedon being, he wants to say he stepped down from the HBO project, but I don't think that's what it is. Obviously, they cut their relationship off with him for that project, and so we'll see what else happens. I'm sure Warner Brothers is probably going to try their best to keep things, behind the scenes as much as possible, but Ray Fisher is obviously putting these people on blast. And it's unfortunate, and I tweeted this last night, it's unfortunate that people in positions of when they speak out about some kind of injustice that they've experienced, whether it's just them or other people around them, they're usually the ones who end up having to prove themselves and defend themselves instead of the other way around, which unfortunately, it's not right, but it's just the way it happens, because there's always doubt that is cast on people who want to make, who feel like they want to speak out against something or someone. And when it's this huge corporation, it's a, entertainment entity, like it's in Hollywood. It's not just, he's making very serious claims against a whole, people that are very well known in this industry. And so that's always going to be met with doubt and, skepticism and, oh, well, where's the proof? Show us, prove it to us. He can't put all of that out there, whether he has recordings or not of conversations or things of that nature. He can't put all that out there right now, and that's why he says, and when the time is appropriate, I will share things what I can. But he's also said, if I am lying, they can sue me, which they have not done as of yet. And so, I stand with Ray Fisher. There's also a petition right now where you can sign for, showing your support for Ray Fisher. And I just admire him for not letting up and for, keeping his positivity and sticking to what he said. He's mentioned it on the live stream on Instagram. He intends to see this all the way through. And it is a process, and this kind of stuff takes time. But, I'm totally behind him 100%. And it's just become a mess, the whole situation. But I'm totally behind him 100%. And I hope he gets, I hope it ends up in that. I hope he gets what he needs to, move on from it. I hope it works out in that it's not, the corporation wins and the little person down here just ends up, they lost because they're going up against this, this big name and this something much larger than them. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that made sense, but anyway, I hope he gets the justice that he needs, and everyone else involved that also had experiences that, was questioned in the investigation. I hope it also brings them, the closure that they need as well. So anyway, thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to check out my merch, my new designs. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Check out any, live streams that you weren't able to make. And we'll see you guys next time.